The light on again. No. Anyway, I am logged on with my delivery partner currently, so I don't know how long I'll be able to do this because I may get an order. I haven't got one so far, and I've been logged on for about an hour. But anyway, this is my first attempt at doing the clues for Black Swan from the Masked Singer and from the Masked Singer. And the reason I say it's my first attempt is because if I do get an order, I will need to go do that, and then I will have to do a second video to finish up on what her clues are. And I still feel like I'm entirely too close to this, even though my computer's way over there. But anyway, so the first clues that I have down for Black Swan is that she had the pocket watch with the number 5 on it. There was, oh yes, okay. There was also an aquamarine diamond engagement ring. There was a red bishop, like from chess, a red bishop chess piece. There was also a red letter X that she stepped to. And there was a reward. Okay, the website I got this information from said there was a reward voucher with the initials RV highlighted because they're wanting this to be JoJo, Joanna Lovesco. But I went back and looked through their clues on their website, which reaffirmed what I already knew, which was that the reward poster didn't say anything about voucher on it, so there wasn't a V that was highlighted. It was only the R that was highlighted. So I was like, okay, so I don't know why that even said that. Let's get back a little bit more. But anyway, so yeah, the letter R was highlighted, and there was also a red card. So there's a lot of red in her clues, which makes me think Anne Hathaway, whom I had guessed for Black Swan early on, plays for the Red Queen in Alice in Wonderland. And there was also another clue in here that made me think of Alice in Wonderland. And I don't recall whether Anne Hathaway, I think she has a brother, but I'm not sure that if they grew up together or not. But she's not who I'm currently thinking. I'm contemplating her, but there's someone else that I'm more leaning toward as being Black Swan. I almost said Red Swan. Seems like that would have been appropriate, but maybe too obvious. But anyway, she said she got caught up by a Hollywood deal that she couldn't resist. It came with a steep price. She credits her faithful flock for being able to set her free, or helping her to be able to be set free. And this is part of why they think it's JoJo Lovesco also, because apparently she had an issue with her record label, and they were making it hard for her to be able to record one of her albums. But I'm going, I don't see that as being a Hollywood deal. To me, music is not Hollywood. Hollywood is acting, okay? That's just my opinion. And she has done acting. Don't get me wrong on that. And also I was finding, some people had told me that she was on Barney, and I found that actually the reason that what people are equating to the purple dinosaur on hers is that JoJo Siwa was T-Rex, who was not purple. T-Rex was dark brown, if I remember right, and kind of rustish colored. But they're equating the purple dinosaur to the fact that JoJo Siwa was T-Rex, and that Joanna Lovesco has, also known as JoJo, has a T-Rex tattoo. And I'm like, but it was a purple dinosaur. It's obviously referencing Barney. Might not be, but to me, it references Barney. Okay. Which reminds me, I forgot to look into whether or not the person that I'm considering, highly thinking it is, was actually on Barney or not. I know Selena Gomez and Demi Lovato were both on there. And the person I am contemplating right now is Emily Osment. So if anyone has any thoughts or comments on that, let me know. I mentioned her early on because of the Hannah Montana backpack, or the Montana backpack being pushed away. And when Miley Cyrus left Hannah Montana, they did give Emily Osment the option of doing a spinoff, from what I recall, being a big Hannah Montana fan back in the day. Still a great show. I still watch it from time to time, honestly, not going to lie. But yeah, so she had that opportunity, but she chose not to do it. She really wanted to, but she decided that she wanted to focus more on her and kind of step away from the her and Miley thing, from the Hannah Montana thing. So that could be that. Um, though I don't know really of what hardships she had, except maybe she didn't do a whole lot of acting after Hannah Montana went off the air. I don't know for sure. Um, and she said that her performance the first week and the judges' comments made her want to thank the person who gave her life and gave her the confidence to start this journey, which to me totally sounds like something Emily Osment would just say. There's also another issue I have with it being Emily, by the way. Though, and she said, she had a conflict with someone that she loved dearly, which was this person who gave her life, by the way. A lot of the Clue things don't point that out, but that is who she's referring to. And she said that this person couldn't keep up with her as her career continued to soar higher. So she had to let that person go. It was one of the hardest decisions it was the hardest decision of her life. Eventually, the two of them were able to reunite. And so this is part of what leads me to Emily Osment right here, right? It showed more than once in the Clue packages, though I only found where it said that it was in there once. It showed a penny and a nickel. And there was also a globe. Okay, so people who are thinking this is JoJo are saying that it has to do with her 5 something or the others and the number 1 hit and stuff along that line, right? And that could be true. But where I'm going with this is 6 cents. Get it? 6 cents. I don't know if y'all know or not. I didn't really know until I looked into it early on this season, or maybe I did but had forgotten. But Emily Osment is the sister of Haley Joel Osment, which is part of the issue I have because she said it was just her and her mom in a 1-bedroom apartment, and I don't have reason to believe that their parents were divorced and he stayed with the dad and she stayed with the mom, which is a common thing sometimes. I don't have any reason to believe that that was the case with them. But Haley Joel Osment was in the movie The Sixth Sense, which Emily Osment is his sister, so there's a connection there. Of course, it could also be one of Bruce Willis's daughters. Rumor Willis was on here, so maybe one of his other daughters is a really great singer also. Never can tell. Okay, so this person obviously lacks confidence, and I know that Miley Cyrus herself has said several times she has stage fright and often fears that she's going to mess up when she's performing. And hey, Miley, everyone messes up, okay? We're all human. And your fans, I feel like, will forgive you if you do. So, 6 cents and a globe, and of course the globe could reference a whole bunch of things. And then that's when she's shown declining, like pushing away the Montana backpack. No Montana. But anyway, and I wrote those 2 clues down in a row and went, okay, maybe it is Emily Osment, because I had considered her earlier on, which this was the episode I considered her because of. So, okay, then they showed the mailbox that had 3 tens on the side of it, like they were scores, which makes you go toward Olympics or someone that maybe played for someone in the Olympics on a movie or something, or someone that was on one of the music shows, maybe. And then that's also when they showed the purple dinosaur, which, from what I researched, JoJo is not on. She was never on Barney and Friends. Selena Gomez was. I almost said Vanessa Hudgens. She might have been. Selena Gomez was. Demi Lovato was. I did not look into. Well, I did try to look into whether or not Emily Osment was, and my trusty assistant over here only she said that something about that she did a guest appearance. Where she did something. I don't recall exactly what it was. So I was like, okay, but are you talking about the show Barney and Friends, because you didn't say, you just said she did a guest appearance. And I'm like, okay, well, yeah, she did a guest appearance, But anyway, so And that was also when they showed like a silhouette of the state of New Hampshire, which I haven't really been able to connect to Emily Osment. I know there's some connection there for JoJo, who people think it is. And I don't think that I think I tried to look into that for Selena Gomez. A lot of the stuff that, these are clues that we're not supposed to be able to figure out as part of the deal, but not like way unobvious either at the same time. So the Cludoodle do clue for her was that she covered one of the monsters from the show, one of the ones that had previously been on the show. I tried to look into that. I feel like I'm missing a monster. Tell me who it is. If you know who it is, feel free to go ahead and make that comment cut, since you can do that since it's live. But the first monster, of course, was T-Pain, and JoJo apparently did a version of one of his songs. Another monster was Bob Saget, and then there was Logan Paul, of course. And I keep going. I feel like there was at least one other monster that I'm forgetting who was, but I can't think of who it was. So, of course, Bob Saget was Squiggly Monster, Logan Paul was Grandpa Monster, and T-Pain was the original monster. And I'm feeling like there was another one, but like I said, I can't think of who it was. So her mind reader clue was Mariah Carey, and she said she's a huge fan of Mariah Carey's. She surpassed her Legends record once. And that could be an acting. Mariah Carey has done acting. She's done singing. So it could be a singing record. It could be an acting record. So, But anyway, so some of the other clues that it has for her, and this stuff kind of makes me go back toward Anne Hathaway here. There was a castle, which Anne Hathaway has been in a couple of movies that had castles in them. There's the white doves. There's the heart, a red heart, Queen of Hearts. So, and the red card. I don't recall what the red card was. It could have been the Queen of Hearts, but I don't feel like it was. And I don't think it was just a plain red card. I'm pretty sure it was a card from a deck of cards that was red. So, oh yes, and then there was a robe. Oh no, there was the scales that had a black swan and a white swan on it, in like a yin yang type thing, showing she's kind of zen. There was a white swan. Oh, I already said that. There was a rowboat and a photo frame. My son may be coming home from work. I don't know. If he is, I'll stop recording. There was a thank you note that had a lipstick kiss mark on it. She said she wanted to be judged for her talent, not her face. So when she sent out audition tapes, she did not put her face on them. She just showcased her talent. She wasn't what she was expecting. She had a hard time making it, apparently, and now she has put herself out there again. She took a leap of faith. She dove head first into this. Not quite as many clues for her as there are for Piglet, but there's still quite a few. She said she's learning life isn't about how others perceive her, but always staying true to herself. And then it shows a guy with headphones, and then this was where the mailbox was with the 3 tins on it, and implying maybe she's in the Olympics or something along that line. There was the letter to Hollywood from Anonymous that was there then, and it had an angry Cupid on it. And I'm like, so she probably is someone who also has had a really hard time at love, which could be pretty much anyone, let's face it. And then there was what they're calling the angry black cat, which I call a scared black cat. It's like got the hair all raised in the back, arched and everything, Not necessarily a sign of an angry cat. It's more a scared black cat, in my opinion. By the way, if you're watching, feel free to subscribe if you haven't already, and like the video if you like it. So yeah, then there was the red and gold leaves, and I keep going, I feel like that's important. Like the red and gold leaves are from something that probably I should know and is probably obvious, but I can't think of what they're from. But so fall, there's the red and gold leaves. There was the word spot that was next to the purple dinosaur, and which that again goes back kind of, in my opinion, to perhaps one of the music shows like American Idol or The Voice or something along that line, where maybe she had to work for her spot. But then, when it comes to acting and stuff like that, you have to work for your spot also. I think the guy across the way was actually leaving. Izzy, she kind of throws a fit whenever he leaves sometimes. She's like, I want to go out there and say hi to that guy or bye to him. So, okay, she said music changed her life. And you all, I'm sure, recall she said that she sang for her mom whenever she was a kid, and that changed her life. And it was like her voice filled the entire room and made things different for her life for a while because she had a real hard life as a kid, apparently. When she was successful, she bought her mom her first real home, which, see, I feel like Anne Hathaway's parents were pretty successful. I don't really know about Emily Osment's parents. Whether, like, I don't know what her parents did for a living, since her and Haley are both actors. It kind of leans to reason that they did something in the showbiz thing, but maybe not. And it also showed a bunny in a rocking chair next to a sign that said, I'm late. And see, here I am again, back to Anne Hathaway. But I also do know for a fact from some of the stuff that I saw online from Pinterest, I believe it was, in 2012 for Halloween, Emily Osment dressed up as the Mad Hatter for Halloween. So there's a connection for her to Alice in Wonderland, which obviously the rabbit sitting in a chair with a sign that says I'm late is, because we all know that that's, the rabbit's like, I'm late for a very important date, and I'm pretty sure that all of the rabbits in Alice in Wonderland were voiced by guys, but I could be wrong about that. Maybe I should look into that. That would be interesting. And then again, there's a photo of her and her mom, which is where the photo frame came in. So I don't know why the One Clue thing just mentioned a photo frame. But anyway, there's a basket of yarn and a record player, because, of course, her mom would turn on the record player and then she would sing for her mom. There was a glass slipper, which again makes me go kind of toward Anne Hathaway. Not that she was in Cinderella, and that can make you go toward Hilary Duff also, because Hilary Duff was in a Cinderella story. There's two garden gnomes, and I was going to look up and see which one it was that was in Romeo and Juliet. If you know, feel free to comment, because I'm feeling like the person that was in Romeo and Juliet was Selena Gomez, but I could be wrong about that. I know there was more than one female that was in the movie. I also thought about Meghan Trainor for this for a second, because of a couple of the clues. But so, yeah, there are the two garden gnomes, which we all feel like references Romeo and Juliet, which the people who are saying it's JoJo don't make any, when they're explaining their clues, they don't make any reference to this clue, as well as several others, like the clock's covered in lights and white fabric, which to me indicates a wedding or a ball. Like, hey, this could be J-Lo. She was in The Wedding Planner, I also contemplated Jennifer Garner for a bit. But, there's a lot of people that these people could be, is the point I'm trying to make. There was a shark fin, which makes me think of, isn't there a show, oh my gosh, I'm thinking there's a show called Shark Fin. There goes my thing. So I'm going to stop filming for now. Sorry, guys. I will try to finish this up later, and I'm leaving off at Shark Fin for now. Yes, unfortunately, I got to take this order.